Good Monday morning to all of you. I am Ryan with Michigan Storm Chasers, and today's video will cover the upcoming roller coaster of a week that we have in store for us here in Michigan. We have everything from below zero wind chills to snow potential to warm potential as well. Let's go ahead and start and break it down as best as we possibly can. So, excuse me, starting with the week, we have a warm day to start here across lower Michigan. Unless you're further north toward like the Mount Pleasant points northward into the UP, you guys gonna be stuck in the 30s, but further south, we're in the upper 40s, perhaps low 50s once again in spots across southern Michigan, closer to the Ohio border, Indiana border. You get the higher potential that is to hit 50 degrees today. So once again, a warm day, December standards, but it's not going to last long. We're going to be back into the 30s tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're into mid 30s or so, and then midweek, Thursday, Friday, especially, we're watching an Arctic front coming through. We're going to talk about that here in a second, but it's going to drop our temperatures for at least 2 days there into the 20s, perhaps low teens for low temperatures. Let's go ahead and dive back on in. We're looking at the weekend here, 35 degrees there. Excuse me, for Saturday, 39 degrees for Sunday, and then 41 for Monday, the meteogram chart here. So up and down roller coaster week. Let's go ahead and dive on in. Looking at the current modeled radar across the state, we're looking at the snow that was happening in the UP overnight tonight, or last night, should I say, is pushing out. We have some light rain showers in the lower peninsula, going to stick around here for the day. Some mixed precip up by the bridge there in the UP as well, definitely a possibility, but that shouldn't be too big of a concern. That rain and snow precipitation, whatever I'm going to call it, moves out for your Monday evening. Just some lingering snow showers overnight tonight, nothing too significant. And then our attention then turns to the lake effect snow potential, where winds turn northwesterly once again as early as Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon time frame, and it could bring us another round of accumulating snowfall for lake effect belts. Before we touch on that, though, let's go ahead and switch over here to the NAM model. The NAM model here, this is your temperature chart for your wind chills. Okay, this is your wind chills, not your surface temperatures, but it just kind of highlights where the greater colder air is and how it's going to protrude south. So going through the time frame here, Tuesday, watch up here in Canada. We're looking at that Arctic front here. We're going to call this our Arctic front, where you're seeing all these aqua white colors there. It's going to protrude south here. This is Tuesday evening into Wednesday, and then here comes Wednesday evening into early Thursday morning. Here comes all that cold air further south, and with that is going to really ramp up our lake effect machine through Wednesday into Thursday. But it won't last long. It's going to come back further north. It's going to bring back some warm air for us. So about a 2-day blast of cold air is all that's expected, but it's going to be enough, should be enough, to really kick up our lake effect machine here. As we see on the HRRR model, there's all your lake effect bands trying to ramp up there throughout the day. Late on Tuesday into early Wednesday. And again, that should continue through your Thursday time frame. Models currently are not loaded out fully throughout Thursday, so we're going to wait to put a snowfall forecast out there, but I would expect there to be at least a few inches, if not, excuse me, a couple like 5+ inches for our lake effect prone areas. I would not be shocked to really see that once again here for West Michigan, Northern Lower, and most of the UP as well. Once we have a better handle on things, we'll have a forecast out for you guys for snowfall. But right now, again, models aren't really loading out too far, but it does show the GFS European global models that don't handle it quite well do show lake effect snow. We're just kind of waiting for short-term models to come in and pinpoint, okay, this area has this potential, that area has that potential, that global models cannot pinpoint those exact areas like short-term models can. So that's kind of why we're waiting on for right now. Going past that into the weekend, we're going to warm back up there again into probably into the 40s, honestly, for a brief time to end your week and perhaps start your next week. But then the pattern kind of evens out there as we move toward Christmas. And here is the long-term outlook for you guys. I'm not going to touch on this too much, but right now, looking at teleconnections, anything from what we call the Arctic Oscillation, the NAO, the AO, the NPO, all these teleconnections that really help us pinpoint certain, we're going to say, trends in the atmosphere. It's all stacking up to be a very cold and very snowy January. And I think that's going to hold true. I'm going to mention that now. I'm going to call it, but I'm not going to put an official forecast out there until we have a little bit more confidence. But I will say we're lining up things. We're seeing a lot of things come together to really support not just a colder January, but a very snowy January, as well as most all these models continue to highlight an active pattern and again a cooler pattern. And it is supported by a lot of other things we're seeing. So want to make note of that. Snow lovers, Southeast Michigan, we talk about lake effect snow versus synoptic snowfall. I do think our synoptic snowfall chances are increasing significantly into the late December, early January timeframe. So if you're a snow lover in Southeast Michigan, stay patient. I believe it's coming. But right now, it's just got to get through the first half here, December, before we can really start breaking down and getting into the really cold and gritty details of what's to come. So we'll have more on that coming for our subscribers and a breakdown, and we'll have that more publicly available as we get more confidence. But we will be talking about that in the future. I just want to mention it here. I know a lot of snow lovers watch these videos hoping for some good news. I hope that is your good news that we're going to bring you. So stay tuned for that. With that being said, we will have updates on this lake effect snow potential and also the Arctic blast. We're going to call it again. I don't expect there to be a flash freeze this time around, but if that does change, I'll let you guys know. Temperatures will drop quite rapidly. So again, freezing on roadways is definitely a possibility, but maybe more about a long, prolonged period than like an instant period, like a flash freeze can be. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep you guys updated. Stay tuned to the pages. I'll see you guys here tonight for our weekly live stream and also tomorrow for another update video on how everything's looking. So stay tuned for that. With that being said, thank you to Cats Roofing and Siding for sponsoring our YouTube video, 517-485-9886. They're based out of the Lansing area. They do roofing, siding, gutters, and windows. Feel free to give them a call. Tell them MSC sent you. They would appreciate that, as would we. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for an update video. You guys stay safe.